The year was 2014. I was sitting down, getting ready for the year's E3 Nintendo Direct. This was only 2 years after Nintendo stopped doing the more standard stage shows. It was time. The presentation started, and then this happened.
Come on, Reggie, give us Mother 3!
How about this instead?
Hey, wait a minute!
Was this real? Not only was this year's E3 announcement spearheaded by an Earthbound reference, but a Mother 3 reference of all things. I mean, first of all, that joke, that did not feel like something Nintendo would approve to go in their E3 video. But second, they just name-dropped Mother 3 in their 2014 Nintendo Direct. No, there was no Mother 3 announcement that year, but I think Earthbound fans were just happy to see the series acknowledged in the West. At the time, we loved this moment, but let's just say that, as time went on, it aged poorly. As each year went on, it stung a little more. I mean, they acknowledged people want Mother 3 in the West, and then nothing. Over the years, I saw a lot of vitriol being directed at Reggie for the lack of Mother 3, acting like he was the one deciding factor in whether or not we got it. I was never that stupid. Did these people not realize that Nintendo of Japan exists? I'm a huge Reggie fan, alright? This guy kept me interested in the company during a time when their current game systems were the Wii U and the 3DS, and I didn't own either one. The very next year they announced Earthbound Beginnings, a previously unreleased localization of Mother 1. We still have this. But it is nearly 10 years since Reggie burned a fan alive for asking about Mother 3, so it's kind of nice to finally get some closure on this whole ordeal. Reggie has a new book coming out. Well, it's out, but it's not released for retail yet. I'm getting this day one. I have the Iwata Asks book, and I'm going to keep both of these next to each other. I think they'll pair well together. Well, some juicy new info has already come from this, and the book's not even out. According to bonus content people got for pre-ordering the audiobook, and a conversation between Reggie and Game Awards host Jeff Keighley, Reggie had this to say. The initial decision not to launch the game had happened before I joined the company, but certainly afterwards, I had many conversations with Mr. Iwata about this game, about the fan passion, and certainly the perspective was the first game on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System had not sold all that well. Certainly, as I've gone back to look at it, the marketing wasn't great. I think it was marketed some bizarre way like, "This game stinks," or something like that. It really was not the best marketing activity behind the launch of a new game, because it hadn't sold well, because yes, there's a lot of time and financial investment in localizing this type of content. It just really wasn't a priority. We had already had conversations about having a group of games that were not localized, that it was the pure Japanese game made available. And we did that for a number of titles. They did okay. Mr. Iwata and I had that conversation about Mother 3. What ended up happening is that we launched the first Mother game called Earthbound Beginnings on the Wii U eShop. That's a sense of the conversations that were happening and the thought process. And who knows, if Mr. Iwata had not passed away, if maybe the Wii U had done better in the marketplace, maybe the Mother 3 game would have made it at that point. So, there were certainly conversations, but it would have needed to have been done the right way. Personally, I'm torn on whether or not it bothers me that Mother 3 never got the official US release. On one hand, it's certainly one of the most unique RPGs ever made, and should be more recognized. On the other hand, fans have speculated that Nintendo of America might not just leave it alone and censor certain parts of it. It's hard to beat the work of passionate fans. Sonic Mania shows us that much. There exists an excellent fan translation of Mother 3 that's been out since 2008. Maybe we should be happy the game has been given a good localization, official or unofficial, and has never been butchered by corporate decisions. But then again, it's not like a once Japanese exclusive gaining success outside Japan is unheard of. Both Ness and Marth and Roy got their biggest exposure to Western gamers in Super Smash Bros. On Nintendo 64 and GameCube, respectively. The business people believed in Fire Emblem enough to give it a constant push in the West, and look how it's doing now. I guess Earthbound fans are less upset over the amount of attention Mother gets in the West, and more that it seems like nobody higher up just gave it a chance in the first place. I feel you, Mother fans. My favorite platformer and one of my favorite games on the Sega Genesis has always been Rystar. Guess how many sequels it's gotten? 0! It sucks being a fan of something that no one else seems to like.